Lesson 19. Review. Lessons 1 to 9. Welcome. Today we're going to review lessons 1 through 9 and we'll begin with a review of verb tenses. So have a look at this example. A vampire always sleeps in a coffin. The verb in this sentence, sleeps, is the present simple tense, and the present simple expresses events or situations that exist always, usually, or habitually, that is, that they exist like a habit. They existed now, exist in the present, and they will probably exist in the future. Okay, next example. The witch is riding her broomstick. The verb in this sentence, is riding, is in the present continuous. Present continuous gives the idea that an action is in progress now. It's a temporary activity. It began in the past, it is continuing at present, and will probably end in the future. Here are some more examples. The witch will make her potion tomorrow. The witch is going to make her potion tomorrow. The verbs in these two sentences, will make and is going to make, are in the future tense. The future tense is used to indicate that at a particular time in the future, something will happen. Maybe tomorrow, next week, sometime in the future. Have a look at this one. Frankenstein walked in the graveyard last night. The verb in this sentence, walked, is in the past tense. The simple past is used to describe an event that happened at a particular time in the past. It began and it ended in the past. Okay, here's another one. The mummy was sleeping when the tourists arrived. One of the verbs in this sentence, was sleeping, is in the past continuous. The past continuous is used to describe an event that was happening, was in progress at a certain time in the past. It's like the present continuous, but it was happening in the past. The werewolf has lived in the forest for 20 years. The verb in this sentence, has lived, is in the present perfect. Okay, we use the present perfect to express a situation that began in the past and continues until now, especially with verbs like live. It can also be used to express the idea that something did or didn't happen at some time in the past, an unspecified time. Exactly when, it's not important. For example, experiences. Jeff has never met a real witch. So in all of Jeff's life, he has never met a real witch. Exactly when is not important. Let's practice these. Okay, how are we going today?
We're good. We have been studying and we have forgotten some things. We think a review would be useful.
Well, that's good because that's what we're going to do. Lewis, have you ever seen a wolfman?
Yes, I've seen a wolfman. His name is Pedro. He's my friend.
Okay. Rosa, are you going to that new horror film?
I don't know. I'll go if I can find someone to watch my little sister.
Okay, good. And Monica, what did you do last night?
I went to the new horror film. I was going to go last week, but my father became ill.
I hope he gets better soon. Okay, thank you. It's time to look and listen. Look and listen. The wolfman ate the little dog. I always avoid cemeteries. The vampire is going to Transylvania tomorrow. He has polished his fangs for the vampire convention. Read and repeat. Now let's review pronouns, but before we do this, there are two new vocabulary words we need to learn. A pick. A pick. This is a small flat object, often plastic, that's used for pulling or playing the strings of a guitar. You hold it between your thumb and your finger. And the next word is a cymbal. A cymbal. This is a musical instrument made of a thin, round piece of metal, usually brass, and you play it by hitting it with a stick, or by hitting them together. A drummer will usually have 2 or 3 cymbals. Okay, here are some sentences for you. He plays the guitar. In this sentence, he is a subject pronoun. Subject pronouns are used as the subjects of sentences. Okay, next sentence. The bass player knows him well. In this sentence, him is an object pronoun. Object pronouns are used as the objects of verbs or of prepositions. Next sentence. The lead singer looked at himself in the mirror for a long time. Now, in this sentence, himself is a reflexive pronoun. A reflexive pronoun is used as the object of a verb or preposition when the subject and the object are the same person or the same thing. So in that sentence, the lead singer and himself are both the same person. The lead singer is looking at himself. Okay, next sentence. That guitar is mine. In this sentence, mine is a possessive pronoun. Possessive pronouns are used to indicate possession. They are not followed by a noun. That means they stand alone. We don't say, that is mine guitar. It's just, that is mine. Okay, let's practice that now. Now, there was a concert last night, and I think you all went to it. Does anyone know anyone in the band?
I know the guitarist. I have known him for a long time.
Great. And what did you think of their music, Monica?
I didn't like it myself. I prefer slow music with good lyrics.
Okay. And could you understand the lyrics, Rosa?
No, I couldn't. Louis did. He explained them to me after the show.
Very good. Okay, everyone, now it's time to look and listen again.
Look and listen.
She grabbed the microphone. The guitarist used her pick. This is a great song. The lead singer sings it well. Steven Tyler gave me his autograph.
Read and repeat.
Now let's review the passive using the present continuous and the present perfect. Let's begin with the passive and the present continuous. Have a look. Pills are being eaten by astronauts for nutrition. Novas are being studied by scientists. The passive voice of verbs in the present continuous are formed by am, is, or are, plus being, plus past participle, and then sometimes plus by and plus agent. Just remember, agent is the person who does the verb. That's am, is, are, being, plus past participle, plus by or agent. So in the first sentence, pills are being eaten by astronauts, and the agent is the doer. Adverbs of frequency generally come after the first auxiliary verb. Let's have a look at this example. Novas are always being studied by scientists. So in that sentence, always came after the first verb here. Novas, are, and then always being. Let's look at the passive voice now with the present perfect tense. Nutritional pills have been developed for astronauts. Novas have been studied for many years. The passive voice in the present perfect tense is formed this way, with has or have plus been plus past participle, and then maybe by an agent. Again, adverbs of frequency usually come after the first auxiliary verb, so in here. As in this example, nutritional pills have always been developed for astronauts. Let's practice this. Do you all remember?
Shall we do?
Good. Okay, Monica, what do you think about comets?
At school we have been studying them for weeks, and I'm sure they're beautiful to watch.
Yes, they are. Lewis, what do you think about the moon?
The moon has been changed to a white cheese moon. The green cheese was getting molly.
Okay. Rosa, what do you think about meteors?
I don't think any meteors have been seen in Mexico. I'm sure they are frightening.
And I think you probably are right. Thank you very much, everyone. And now I'm sure you're ready to look and listen.
Look and listen.
NASA has been revolutionized by new technology. Many new inventions have been introduced to the space industry. These inventions are being used by astronauts. Mars is being observed at the observatory.
Read and repeat.
Now let's look at the passive with modals. Please take a look. Silos can be used to store grain. Tractors may be driven only by adults. A shovel might be used to plant crops. The passive voice of modal auxiliaries is formed this way. We have the modal plus be plus past participle, and then by and agent if we want to use them. Okay, let's practice this then. I hope you remember these. Lewis, what can a farmer do without a tractor?
The crops must be planted by his wife. He can buy her a nice hoe.
You really are something, Lewis. And Monica, what can a farmer do without his wife?
A maid could be hired. Farmers' wives work hard, and they could get some help.
Yes, you are right. Rosa, what can a farmer do without his animals?
Some should be found. What's a farm without animals?
That's true. Thank you, everyone. And now look and listen should be done.
Look and listen.
Farm ponds shall be dug for the cows. Corn can be fed to the pigs. A new barn may be built next year. New manuals shall be written for the new farm machinery.
Read and repeat.
And now it's time to review past modals. Please take a look. The doctor would have gone to the hospital, but he didn't have time. The podiatrist should have seen the patient, but he was ill. Holly could have gone to any med school she wanted. The gynecologist might have performed the operation, but he thought it was too dangerous. Would have refers to unfulfilled past actions. They didn't take place. Someone didn't do them. That's would have. Should have refers to advisable or unadvisable actions, and these actions did not happen. So something that did or didn't happen, you should have done it. A good idea in the past or a bad idea in the past, but it didn't happen. Could have is past possibilities or choices, and might have just past possibilities. So would have unfulfilled past actions, should have advisable or unadvisable actions, but they didn't happen, could have past possibilities, past choices, might have past possibilities. These are modal auxiliaries. They describe past actions, and we make them this way. We have the modal. In the passive, we make modal plus not or have, and then plus the past participle. Okay, let's practice this now. Let's review past modals. I read an article where a mother is suing a pediatrician for giving the child the wrong medicine. What do you think?
She shouldn't have gone to that pediatrician. She should have asked other people first.
Okay, good. Lewis?
I hate medicine. The child might have refused to take the medicine.
I don't think her mum would have liked that. And Monica?
The doctor could have been more careful. Everyone makes mistakes though.
That's true. Okay, thank you very much. Now you can look and listen.
Look and listen.
Dr. Wall would have performed the operation, but he doesn't like working with Dr. Robinson. The patient should have arrived sooner. The nurse could have left the operating room, but she wanted to stay. The dentist might have removed the tooth, but he thought it could be saved.
Read and repeat.
And now it's time to review conditional sentences. There are 3 types of conditional sentences, and each one has an if clause and a main clause. Let's look at the first conditional. If the acrobat falls, Mary will cry. If the trapeze artist falls, he can die. The ringmaster will be angry if the clowns don't make the crowd laugh. The seal will perform a trick if you can find the ball. The first conditional is used for situations that are true in the present or the future. True situations, present or future. In the if clause, we have present simple. So we have if plus present simple. And in the main clause, we use will or a future form like can as well. So will, maybe can in the if clause. And if the if clause begins the sentence, we must have a comma. Okay, let's look at the second conditional now. If the clown had more time, he would sign autographs. The children could go to the circus if school got out early. If I won the lottery, I would buy a circus. The tightrope walker wouldn't look down if he were frightened. Second conditional is used for contrary to fact situations in the present or the future, or untrue situations. So second conditional, this is used for untrue situations in the present or the future. Okay, in the if clause, we use if plus simple past, past simple. Past simple and comma if it's the first clause. If begins, we have a comma, and then in the second clause we use would or could plus a simple past form, a simple form. Would or could plus simple form. For example, if the clown had more time, he would sign autographs. Okay, let's review the third conditional now. Please have a look at these sentences. If the clown had bought more lipstick, he could have painted his ears. The elephants would have relaxed if the lions hadn't roared. If the lion tamer had been more careful, he wouldn't have died. The acrobats would have quit if they had known they were the last act. The third conditional is used for contrary to fact situations in the past, or untrue situations in the past. Third conditional, this means untrue situations in the past, and we use it to make it, we say if plus the past perfect in the if clause, and then in the main clause we have would or could have or could have plus the past participle. Participle. Okay. If plus past perfect, would have, could have, past participle. And as usual, if the if clause is first, we have a comma after it. Let's practice. Does everyone remember conditionals?
Sure we do. They're easy to remember.
Good. Okay. Lewis, what would you do if you were at the circus and a tightrope walker fell?
If that happened, I would run into the ring and help the person, especially if she were a beautiful girl.
I bet you would. Rosa, are you going to the circus next summer?
I'll go if I have enough time. Hopefully, I will have a job.
Okay. And Monica, did you read the newspaper article about the clown?
Yes, I did. He was a foolish clown. I wouldn't have frightened the child if he had thrown coal at me. Clowns should expect these things to happen.
Well, I'm not so sure I agree with you. But thank you, everyone. And now, if you have time, you can look and listen.
Look and listen.
If I lose my wallet, I can't go to the circus. Shelley would buy cotton candy if she remembered her money. If the lions sat down, the lion tamer could relax. George could have watched the trapeze artist if he hadn't forgotten his glasses.
Read and repeat.
And now let's look at infinitives. An infinitive is to plus the simple form of the verb. For example, to run or to go. They are used in many different ways, and here are some examples. An infinitive can be used as a subject. To build a nice amusement park is difficult. In this sentence, the infinitive replaces the noun as a subject. Okay, it is difficult to go on the roller coaster after you eat. In this sentence, an infinitive is following it as a subject of a sentence. Another sentence for you. Fred has always wanted to work at an amusement park. So in this sentence, the infinitive is the object of the verb wanted. Wanted to work. I always go on the bumper cars to learn more about car driving. So in this sentence, an infinitive is being used to show the purpose of an action or the reason for doing the action. Next one, it is difficult for little children to go on a Ferris wheel. For plus a noun, as in difficult for children, is often used with an infinitive. Let's practice this. Lewis, what do you think about merry-go-rounds?
It's wonderful for people to go on them when they're in love. Riding on them can be very romantic.
You're right. Monica, what do you think about bumper cars?
I've always wanted to try them. The amusement parks in Poland don't have bumper cars.
That's too bad. Rosa, what do you think about Ferris wheels?
It isn't easy for me to ride on them. It always bothers my stomach.
And you aren't the only one. So thank you very much, everyone. And now it's a good idea to look and listen.
Look and listen.
To run a good amusement park isn't easy. It is never fun to get sick after a ride. Sam needs to learn how to steer his go-kart. It's sad for Mary to see the amusement park close at night.
Read and repeat.
Now let's do some exercises. Let's do a fill in the blanks with the appropriate verb tense of the verb given. Monica, you can go first. The grave diggers clean their shovels.
The grave diggers are cleaning their shovels.
Good. The grave diggers are cleaning their shovels. Rosa, one for you. The bats live in that castle for years.
The bats have lived in that castle for years.
Very good. The bats have lived in that castle for years. And Lewis, one for you. Frankenstein have tea with Dracula tomorrow.
Frankenstein is going to have tea with Dracula tomorrow.
Great. Frankenstein is going to have tea with Dracula tomorrow. Thank you all. Let's do an exercise using pronouns. And this time you can correct the errors in the following sentences. Lewis, you go first. Michael brought him guitar to the repair shop.
It's very hard. Michael brought his guitar to the repair shop.
Good. Michael brought his guitar to the repair shop. Okay, Rosa, you do this one. I can carry the drums herself.
I can carry the drums myself.
Excellent. I can carry the drums myself. Thank you very much, everyone. Now let's do an exercise using the passive and the present perfect. So I just want you to give me a sentence using the passive and the present perfect. And Rosa, you can be an astronaut. Lewis, a man on the moon. Monica, you are working at NASA. What's your sentence, Rosa?
A new space suit has been made for me.
Good. Lewis?
A new field of green cheese has been discovered by Moon Maiden and myself.
That's interesting. And Monica?
New technology has been implemented in the development of the space capsule.
Wow, what a sentence. Okay, thank you very much, everyone. Well, now let's do an exercise using the passive with modals. And same as the last exercise, I want you to give me a sentence using the passive with modals, and let's talk about farm machinery. Okay? Monica, what's your sentence?
A tractor might be used to pull the children on their sled.
Good one. Rosa?
A shovel may be bought at the hardware store.
Wonderful. And Lewis?
The tractor might be broken.
Okay, very good. Thank you very much, everyone. Now let's do an exercise using past modals. This time, I want you to give me appropriate sentences using a past modal, and I will only give you the subject, okay? So Lewis, you can go first. Your subject is the podiatrist.
The podiatrist could have looked at the X-rays more closely.
Wonderful. The podiatrist could have looked at the X-rays more closely. Rosa, you do this one. Your subject is the happy patient.
Okay. The happy patient should have bought the nurses some flowers.
Good. The happy patient should have bought the nurse some flowers. Monica, this one's for you. Your subject is the surgeon.
The surgeon would have operated on the woman.
Fine. The surgeon would have operated on the woman. Thank you all. Okay. Now let's do an exercise practicing first, second and third conditionals. Lewis, you give us a sentence using the first conditional. You are a trapeze artist. Rosa, you're a clown. I want the second conditional from you. And Monica, you're an acrobat. Can you use the third conditional, please? Okay? Lewis, what's your sentence?
If I do 3 somersaults, I will be famous.
Very good. Rosa?
If I had a bigger nose, I would make the children laugh more.
Very good. And Monica?
If I had had more ambition, I would have been a professor at the Circus University.
And I'm imagining that you would have been a beautiful professor. Okay, now let's do one last exercise. Let's do an exercise using infinitives. Please use infinitives in these sentences. Monica, you can go first. Carla would like a ticket for the merry-go-round.
Carla would like to buy a ticket for the merry-go-round.
Very good. Carla would like to buy a ticket for the merry-go-round. Very good. Lewis, do this one. It's a lot of fun on all the rides.
It's a lot of fun to go on all the rides.
Okay, good. It's a lot of fun to go on all the rides. Rosa, this one's for you. Something, a good amusement park costs a lot of money.
To run a good amusement park costs a lot of money.
Great. To run a good amusement park costs a lot of money. You have all been excellent. Thank you very much. And now it's time to listen and write.
Listen and write.
Listen and write these sentences. Number 1. The witch is eating the bat. Number 2. The werewolf has already changed into a man. Number 3. The drummer sang the new song himself. Number 4. Problems are always being discovered in new spaceships. Number 5. Shovels may be used to plant the cabbage. Number 6. The doctor shouldn't have given the young patient a prescription. Number 7. If June gets paid today, she will take her children to the circus. Number 8. I would get the acrobat's autograph if I had enough time. Number 9. If Clara hadn't been naughty, the babysitter would have taken her to the circus. Number 10, Jack refuses to ride on the Ferris wheel. Now check your work. Number 1, the witch is eating the bat. Number 2, the werewolf has already changed into a man. Number 3, the drummer sang the new song himself. Number 4, problems are always being discovered in new spaceships. Number 5, shovels may be used to plant the cabbage. Number 6, the doctor shouldn't have given the young patient a prescription. Number 7, if June gets paid today, she will take her children to the circus. Number 8, I would get the acrobat's autograph if I had enough time. Number 9, if Clara hadn't been naughty, the babysitter would have taken her to the circus. And number 10, Jack refuses to ride on the Ferris wheel. Now read the story and answer the questions.
Read and answer.
Missy was very angry. Her boyfriend, Jake, didn't want to go to the amusement park with her. She said it might be fun, but he wouldn't change his mind. She really wanted to ride on the new bumper cars. If she wanted to go alone, that would be okay with him. Jake went to the rock concert with his friends. If he had brought Missy, he wouldn't have had a good time. She doesn't like that type of music. He didn't want to tell her that he preferred going with his friends. It might be used against him in their next argument. After the concert, Jake went to the cafe. If he hadn't ordered a second plate of fries, he wouldn't have seen Missy. As it was, he was just putting the last fry in his mouth when she walked in. She didn't look happy. "How will I get myself out of this one?" Jake muttered to himself. Now listen to the questions. Number 1, where didn't Jake want to go? Number 2, why did Missy want to go to the amusement park? Number 3, did Jake mind if she went alone? Number 4, where did Jake go with his friends? Number 5, why wouldn't Missy have had a good time? Number 6, why didn't he tell her that he preferred to go with his friends to the concert? Number 7, where did Jake go after the concert? Number 8, what did he order to eat? Number 9, who did he see there? And number 10, how do you think Jake would talk himself out of the difficult situation in the cafe? Now check your answers. Number 1, where didn't Jake want to go? He didn't want to go to the amusement park. Number 2, why did Missy want to go to the amusement park? She wanted to ride the new bumper cars. Number 3, did Jake mind if she went alone? No, he didn't mind. Number 4, where did Jake go with his friends? He went to the rock concert with his friends. Number 5, why wouldn't Missy have had a good time? She doesn't like rock music. Number 6, why didn't he tell her that he preferred to go with his friends to the concert? He didn't want her to bring it up during their next argument. Number 7, where did Jake go after the concert? He went to the cafe. Number 8, what did he order to eat? He ordered French fries. Number 9, who did he see there? He saw Missy. Number 10, how do you think Jake would talk himself out of the difficult situation in the cafe? This is your own answer. See what you can come up with. Okay, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.